I'm getting ready. I'm getting it ready, Jason.
Getting it.
Okay. All right, here it is. 3, 2, 1. Hey, YouTube. How's it going? I do this every fucking time.
You do it every
And
time.
if you watched all our videos, you'd know, and it's fun and it's a good time. This is Morning After Music show. Particularly, the segment is called what is it? Album Rochambeau show. That's it. Yeah, cool. We are reviewing Every Time I Die's Radical, their latest album. So we're gonna get into that. It's gonna be a great fucking time, right? If you like this content and you've watched other things, click the subscribe button if you haven't, because why the fuck? Why? You know? And if you want to hang out in chat with us, like a bunch of our homies do over here, on right down below a little bit, make sure you go over to Twitch and follow us there. That'd be great. We're trying to do new things, and come 2022, maybe we'll be popular. I don't know.
But it'd be nice.
It would be nice.
But today, right now, we are looking at Every Time I Die's Radical. Cody, take it away.
Here we go. And boy, is it bodacious. Yes, this is Radical. Brand new album from Buffalo's own Every Time I Die. It's their 9th studio album. Is released October 22nd of this year. Yeah, 9, right? It has 16 tracks on it, coming in at just under an hour at 51 minutes and 24 seconds. The producer for this album was one Will Putney from Fit for an Autopsy. We've heard about him on a couple of shows now.
Yep.
He is definitely the most used producer for us for this whole year. I think it's like the 4th time we're seeing him. The singles for this album were A Colossal Wreck, Desperate Pleasures, which both released on the same day, I believe the 8th of December last year. Some of the first songs we listened to on the show.
Is that a year ago?
Cool. That was a year ago.
Holy shit.
I know, right? AWOL, Post-Boredom, Planet Shit, and Things with Feathers. It's their first album in 5 years since 2016's Low Teens.
Yeah.
And it's the first album to feature current drummer Clayton Goose Hollyoak. Holyoke. I don't know. It was recorded.
What happened to the other drummer?
He left. I don't know his life story.
They get old.
Yeah,
that's true.
Fuck this. I need a
pretty
normal
old
job.
It was recorded in Buffalo at the GCR Audio Studios. It was formerly known as Trackmaster Audio and Inner Machine Studios. Originally built in 1864 and hosted, or it was a carriage house, and later converted to a girls' school in Covent in 1890 named St. Mary's Seminary.
So it's from 1864, huh?
Yeah, it's an old place. It was converted to a studio in 76 and hosted such bands as Yes, Rick James, and the Flaming Lips. And it was redesigned and rebuilt in 2007 by John Reznick and Robbie Tak. The guys from Goo Goo Dolls.
There we go.
Okay. there it is. Yeah, sure.
And since then has been used by Goo Goo Dolls, James Taylor, Lil Wayne, Korn, the Menzingers, Taking Back Sunday, that Flat Earther B.O.B., the Mighty Mighty Box Tones, and Every Time I Die, and many, many more.
Yeah, they've all used that studio?
Yep.
That's all right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice historic place.
Yeah.
Now the band completed recording before the COVID shutdown in early 2020, but waited to release it until it was safe to tour again. Keith Buckley, vocalist and lyricist, said, "I dared myself to make some drastic changes in my life. During the pandemic, everything just came to a head. The thing is, we were already done writing and recording the record. The pandemic didn't actually influence a record at all, but it did influence the way that the record lives. Songs like Post-Boredom came to have a new meaning after the pandemic. Songs like Dark Distance look a little strange now in hindsight, considering it was written before the pandemic, asking for a plague to happen. Oops, my bad."
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That's cool.
Keith, it's all your fault.
In a couple of interviews, the bat's name was Keith. In a couple of the interviews on the lyrics and everything on Genius, I saw that he does that a couple times. He was like, was it Dark Distance was written about a plague, and then the pandemic happened. Fucking which one was it? Planet Shit was written 2 months before the Capitol riots, and it's like a news report at a bunch of riots. It's very forethought. The tracks All This and War and Things with Feathers feature both Josh Skojan of 68 and Andy Hull of Manchester Orchestra, respectively. The song with Andy Hull, Things with Feathers, was written in memory of the Buckley brothers' sister, Jacqueline, who lived with Rett syndrome and died from it in early 2017.
Okay, that sucks. But
yeah,
I'm curious, why isn't Andy Hull on the album? Why isn't like when you click on the tracks, you'll see 68 like right there on Spotify. You won't see Manchester or Andy or anything.
Or Andy. You're right. It doesn't even say featuring or anything.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like that.
I don't know.
It's just like he was just there.
I'm gonna blame
he's part of the
Spotify
band
for that one.
Yeah, I guess.
Spotify fucking up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, Rett syndrome is a genetic mutation on the X chromosome in females. The symptoms include impairments in language and coordination and repetitive movements. And those affected often have slower growth, difficulty walking, and a smaller head size, and it can lead to seizures, scoliosis, and sleeping problems. So that sucks.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're gonna have anyone sleep or sing on a song about that, why not Andy Hull?
Yep.
Beautiful man, beautiful voice.
Yep. Very nice.
And yeah, that's all the info I got.
Yeah, dude.
Josh, it was your album pick, so why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, so when it came out in October-ish, right? Yeah, 22nd of October. We had other things planned, and that's why it's been a month, right?
Oh, that was the
should have
Ice Nine Kills week, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Halloween going on.
Black Parade
and-
shenanigans.
Right. It was just a different time. Okay. And I'm not saying that this was, afterthought. It's just like, damn it, when can we do this? And it just so happened that it landed here. So that's what's going on. But I think that this is like a return to Every Time I Die, this album. I think they did a lot of good things here. I think Low Teens, I might have listened to it a handful of times.
Yeah.
Didn't really vibe with it too much. There's a couple of singles that were fun and aggressive, but like I wasn't too into it, and that was 5 years ago. I think this with Radical, they came in swinging, and they were like, we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna do a couple of slow bits. We're gonna still keep the energy though. We're gonna hit you hard. Some of the breakdowns in this stuff is so reminiscent of the older stuff like Werewolf and that whole
Big
Dirty. Big Dirty, New Junk Aesthetic, that whole like grouping of stuff. So that would be their second and third album. That's when we listened to them a lot, was in high school. So that was like 2007, 2008. This album kind of sits there, but it's also like more mature at the same time, and it's better written. I think Keith, obviously he was an English teacher at one point in his life, so his vocabulary is top notch.
I believe he still is he not?
I'm not sure. I think he probably doesn't need to. He's in a pretty big band. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
He's never needed.
They're called Every Time I Die. But yeah, he used to be an English teacher, and his vocabulary is incredible because he really knows how to put together some words. And I think they're pretty decent on this album. I think they're solid. Nothing really stands out to me too much, but I'm sure if I gave it more listens than just the week to prepare, I think some of it might stick to me, because some of the riffs I was like, oh damn, that's such a cool riff, and like I do remember it, but it's not so much the lyrics, even though there are some catchy things in there. There are some parts that Every Time I Die Hard fans are singing every word to it at the concert, which Brett, you went to, right?
Yeah, I'll vouch for that one.
Yeah, there's always Every Time I Die fans punching people in the face at every concert.
Yeah.
They're fanatics
Nothing's
for this type of
changed.
band. Nothing's changed, right? And it's fun to see the wordplay. It's fun to see, the stories he's trying to tell or who he's trying to like shit on in his music. It's really fun that way. And of course, Southern metal is one of my favorite genres, and I love this shit. And I still think that Every Time I Die does it best. I think this album in particular is a return to more of that Southern bit. Yeah, there's some of the grimy chords and the screamy, screechy shit that
It's a random
sometimes gets in the
time.
way. Yeah, like sometimes it gets in the way of their riffage, but I think this album in particular was a good, mix between like, okay, yeah, the gutter filth fucking album. What is that one called? Hot Damn and Gutter Phenomenon. Right, that whole time period, early 2000s, they did a lot of screamy, screechy shit, and then they got into the southern stuff, and I don't think they've ever found it a good way to gel it as they progressed out of that time period. This album kind of returns to that, and I like that.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what about you guys? What did you think?
I'll go next. We'll end
Yeah.
on Brett with the set list and talk about the show.
Yeah.
This is great. This is
Super fun.
It's super fun. It kind of teleports you. If you're driving around listening to this, as I was, you kind of just go in a trance when you're driving under the influence of marijuana, and you're hearing hearing all the stuff going on, and I don't know. It's very unique. It's very hard to put a finger on how I actually feel about this. I really like it, but like I don't really know why. If that makes sense. Like I just like everything that I'm hearing. Like there's not a really bad foot anywhere, other than maybe the length, maybe a little long.
Yeah.
I love the lyrics. Like I said earlier, it's very forthtelling with the pandemic and political shit that's thrown all around there, which I didn't really expect going into it. I will say I don't have the history with this band. It's another one of those ones that just went on right by me, and I don't know why. Can't tell you where I was and what I was listening to when they were popular.
I would say to add to that though, the reason being is this is a niche within a niche within a niche. Like this is very specific kind of listening shit. And the only bands that you can really compare to it are like, the Chariot or like Norma Jean kind of. Like those are also like you got to like it, otherwise don't worry about it.
But with that, you do have the Chariot and the Norma Jean, but then it's like, but why are you doing southern hardcore riffs right now? Right?
Yeah.
That's when the Maylene comes in. That's when like other southern metalcore. It's like it's a weird mix.
It's a very weird mix. I wrote here, it sounds like a more punk Between the Buried and Me at times, but it also sounds like a woke Mastodon, Maylene, and Pantera. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why didn't I hear about this band and find this band beforehand? It might have been because they were under the Norma Jean, related to, and I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
Now Jesse listens to that, and I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah, they're the bands that are around them were, either turn on or turn off.
And now I'm very annoyed that I didn't know about them sooner than this, because I really like it. Colossal Wreck and Desperate Pleasures, they're released at the same time, and lyrically there are two sides of the same coin. Colossal Wreck is about the current state of the world. Desperate Pleasures takes more of an optimistic approach and renounces the nihilistic, rationalist attitude of the same voice that came before. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, a little storyline going on.
So, politically in the lyrics on their old work, was it like this, or is this kind of like a new direction for them in recent albums?
I'd say it's very similar.
Yeah,
they've always kind of been. Yeah, Keith's he's a smart dude.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a teacher.
Very
That's
punk
news
rock.
to me.
Yeah, it's very punk, right? So like very anti-establishment kind of vibe to it, but they do it in a working man's kind of way.
Yeah, again, right up my alley.
Yep.
And now I'm more annoyed that I have to go back and discover them, I guess.
A lot of shit to listen to. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 albums I hear.
Yeah. The thing that's difficult though is like you're gonna hear some songs that the song itself gets in the way of the story that's trying to be told because they're in that niche. So you really have to get past that and really hold on to the songs that really vibe well to listen to at any time, and then be like, okay, now what is Keith trying to say, right? So it is a difficult listen if you're not, someone who listens to this all the time.
Word. All right, Brett, why don't you tell us how you like it and how was it live?
Well, I say, it was great timing, like amazing timing. What happened this was a pure coincidence that Josh picked this album for this week, and I happened to be able to go to the show yesterday for it. It was actually, we weren't even supposed to be able to go yesterday. That was an added on date, because the first one sold out so quickly. And so it was rad, man. It was such a good show. It made me like the songs that I do know off of this album even more. You know, of course, seeing it live and loud
live.
as fuck, and you're just doing this the whole fucking time. You know, like it changes your perspective a little bit. Yeah, it was super fun, man. I from the songs I do remember, I was telling Cody, and I think I told you, Josh, a little bit too, that my biggest complaint was that because the album or the songs are a little short, you know, they're all like 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 tops. There's a lot of songs on this album.
Yeah.
Was it 16?
Yep.
16. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of songs. You know, and then it was funny is you know, really, Cody, you were able to pull up the set list, which I will show now to everyone. This was the set list from last night. There's 22 songs on this, and it only took them like an hour. Like it was longer than that, but like it wasn't that, like, you know, this wasn't some like 2.5, 3 hour show. You know, it's just a normal show. It's just their songs are a little short, so you can pack a shit ton of stuff in here.
Right.
But it was
it's just riffage all day long.
Yeah, man, that's all. Like it was just fun. Everything was fun.
Yeah.
It was way more pushy and moshy than I was expecting it to be. Because like when you look around, like, you know, we're pretty moderate age for there. There was no one was under, like, it wasn't a 21 and up bar, but it pretty much everyone was 21 and up. Because like, you know, I don't see a lot of kids discovering Every Time I Die now.
Yeah, well, he doesn't do arfs.
Yeah,
you know?
he doesn't do that shit.
Sounds like it. There's fucking times this sounds like not loose.
No, listen, there wouldn't be arfs without Keith. Okay,
probably makes sense, doesn't it? But yeah, it was super fun. 68 did amazing. They opened for Every Time I Die, and I didn't know it was just cool. 2 guys. So that was to see them do it, like, because I was listening to him before we went to the show, and I was like, this is just okay. You know, it's like, this is what it is. And then seeing them play as well, I was like, okay, it's just 2 of them, and they are actually getting this shit done and putting on a show. Good for them. Good for them. And my favorite song on this new album so far is the one that's got the dude from 68 in it. And so I was expecting them to play it, you know, of course. But it was the second song they played. You know, All This and More. And it was rad to like just see him, the 68 dude, just kind of like walk out real quick. All of a sudden, it's like, let's go. And like, dude, everyone was losing their shit.
Yeah.
The only thing that, I mean, Josh, you know, when we go to metal shows, we tend to get hit in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Did not happen.
No.
So this is my first.
Were you in the thick of it though, bro?
Into the thick of it.
Yes. I was, dude. I think the farthest back I got was maybe 5 people back. I was the wall for the pit the entire show.
Yeah.
You know, I was right there. Yeah, I had to do the fucking hold your fist out. You know, someone's fucking just starts going, you know, 2-stepping right next to you. You're like, bitch, get away. Go. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Very tiring, very sweaty. It was
Oh
fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now,
it's good.
Definitely
very interesting that the album opener was the closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bands never do that. That's fucking weird.
I think it's because that song's heavier than shit.
Oh boy. Dude, when they played No Son of Mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know that like the ending breakdown is like, you know, quarter time basically.
Yeah,
just
shit's so
like, dude, the guitarist just like he's like disappears, and then next thing you know, he's standing on the cabs, and he's the only one on the stage, and like they had the smoke machine and shit going, and he's just fucking like that had to like I don't even know how to comprehend how slow they were playing that breakdown. It was so chuggy. Oh, it was fun. It was amazing.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Definitely recommend still seeing them. That was I think my 5th time.
Really?
4th or 5th time I've seen them.
Yeah, because you see them. They played Warped Tour like every year, so we always got to see them.
Always had to see them
there. And then I think we saw them with Under Oath once. So they're always like in and about.
They're somewhere. They're always somewhere.
Yeah.
And
definitely fun.
Still, I had just as much fun seeing them now as I did, 2007 at Warped Tour. It was still just that same good energy, good tempos, good everything.
Good shit.
All right.
Good shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Go around the net.
Let's go surfing radically around the net. Found a couple. I'm gonna blaze through them, and then if you have any questions, hold them to the end. All right. Classic Rock Magazine gave it a 7. Exclaim gave it an 8. Kerrang gave it an 8. Sputnik gave it an 8.4. themusic.co.au gave it a 10.
AU?
Australia.
Aussies?
Aussies. They love it. The user rankings on Metacritic was at a 9.3. The Rock and Load magazine was at 9. Distorted Sound, 9. Wall of Sound, 9. Louder Sound, 8. All Music, 8.5. Rate Your Music, 7.24. Album of the Year, 7.8. Upset, 8. And Metal Hammer, 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of checking
Very
out
high.
for me a little bit.
Yep, same.
Yep. So any guesses of where the average is?
8.
No
way.
I'm gonna say just because there's quite a few 7s and stuff in there. 7.82. Just to be specific on something.
Josh, you're sticking with just 8?
Yeah, I'm sticking with 8.
Solid 8.
All right. Josh,
Solid 8.
closest is an 8.35.
Bitches.
Nice. Very good.
Get your shit out.
Yeah, that 10 and those 3 9s bumped it up a lot.
I didn't.
Sure.
Yeah, true. I guess.
I mean, it checks out. I definitely don't think it's an average album. I don't think it's the best album, but it sits above average for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to kick us off?
Yeah, I'll go first since it was my pick. So looking at my categories, songwriting, lyrics, we kind of just, talked about it a little bit. Keith is a great songwriter. He's doing a lot of stuff, big vocabulary, good storytelling. I thought that was above average, so I gave that an 8 there. Musicianship, they're playing some riffs.
Yeah.
Riffs, right? So again, 8.5, definitely above average. They're not shredding, right? But they're doing work. Okay. Production, it sounds pretty damn good. That's also an 8.3. That's up there for me. Originality, there's really no one else that does this as good as them, right?
Oh,
no. And they pretty much invented this, right? So
I
if it
love
wasn't
that
for them, we wouldn't.
The New York Buffalo people are the Southern hardcore.
The most Southern hardcore. Yeah, I know. It's so. There's definitely that New York hardcore in them.
Yeah.
But there's so many Southern riffs that it's like, where the fuck are you from? Right? Like, again, that's original for me. That's an 8.1. Consistency and memorability. These were my least or my lowest scores, and it wasn't even that low, honestly. 7.6 and 7.5. They're just kind of a little bit above average for me right there. Consistency.
Yeah,
I think there's too many songs. It's hard to be a solid, consistent sound when there's so many things to listen to, in my opinion.
Okay, I can see that. And
then and I just felt like it would have been nice to see a little more variety. I don't know. I that whole category I judge strangely. It's a little different than you guys. And then memorability, I can't remember a lot of it. Because it's so fucking much.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Right? But like if I hear it come up, I'm going to know that's from the new album. I'm just not going to know what name of the song. I'm not going to know what the words are. But there's going to be riffs. I was like, okay, I know a riff is coming. And I like that riff. Right? That's as far as I'm going to get. But they're not bad scores. That's still above average for me. So combined, that is an 8 on the dot for me.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fair enough.
I am a lot higher than that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Oh well, not to bury the lead or anything, but
that's a 10.
I'm pretty much. I'm pretty much on par with everything that Josh said. Just add a point. Like all my shit is like 9.5, 9, 9.3.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I think going and looking through the lyrics and seeing just like how well they were kind of surprised me. Definitely the riffs went to a lot of very interesting places. Like I said during my part of the review, like everything I heard, like this sounds awesome. I don't know what I'm listening to, and it's a barrage of sound that is just brand new to me.
It really is.
But at the same time, and maybe this is because I don't know their history and all their past albums, been a long time since I heard something that sounded that unique and fresh and different to where I couldn't just like put a little pin on, oh yeah, this sounds like this. Oh yeah, this sounds, you know.
It's them.
It was very, very unfamiliar.
You can hear the influence of other bands from them.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
but you don't hear while you're listening to Every Time I Die, you're not going to hear.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess like Pantera and stuff at times, but it's so
at times,
small.
It's a part.
Yeah.
It's not the whole song.
Yeah. Well, you got to think they started their careers in 1998 when like that 90s hardcore was important, right? There's when it was getting created. So they were listening to that and was like, I want to be in a band, and then they did that. And then they just continued and progressed through the 2000s.
What if we did New York hardcore, but from Texas? There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a lot of.
Has to be from Georgia, or
Oh, I know. Bald with a beard.
So yeah, without going through every single thing, my average with a bunch of 9s in there came out to a 9.17.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so like you said, just one more point than me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Brett, what about you? Run us through your thought process there.
Yeah, it was. I was going to grade it probably a little lower than if I didn't see them, just because when I did, I was able to hear some things that I haven't heard before, or just hear it in a different way. Like specifically, I'm talking about the lyrics, the songwriting. When I'm listening to the album, there's so much shit going on that it's hard to follow along. It is. So like I'm listening to the guitarists and shit when I'm live, and the loudest thing is Keith. I'm going to hear him. I'm going to hear what he's saying. And so I was able to kind of, like I was saying too earlier about the newer songs, I was able to like remember them better because like it's getting blasted in my face all of a sudden. So my score has been affected by that in a positive way. So yeah, it was a little higher. Musicianship again, like they're good. Guitar still has the fucking handlebars, and he's still just kind of going around. Dude, yes. I was standing there and I looked up, and all of a sudden the other guitarist is on my head.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
he's ripped.
Yeah,
he's a massive motherfucker.
I'm like, it like freaked me out because like I saw him standing at the edge of the stage, and he's like playing, and then he turns around, and the next thing I know, he's just here. So I'm like, get the fuck back up there, dude. Like, but production, this is where I kind of dock a little bit because it's them, and it's not bad, and they're pretty consistent on their production quality. But it's not perfect. There's a couple things where I would have liked it a little EQ'd a little bit differently. Because in the car speaker, sometimes it's a little trebly or something, and I can't hear everything. It gets a little muddy. Consistency, originality, and stuff like that. It's Every Time I Die, man. I don't know how many times we're going to say it. It's them. It's them. It's them the whole time. Even when it's like a kind of like sludgy ballad kind of stuff, it's still them. I still know it's them. And then I will, Josh, what you were saying too. There's a lot of songs. It was a little hard to remember everything on here. So I that was probably my lowest score, was memorability. But my overall, I have to double check, is a 8.33.
Okay, good.
Solid album.
So we're all kind of in the same place. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not perfection, but it is a damn good album.
I think too, I'm gonna go with you. If I went to the show with you, I'd probably give it higher.
Oh yeah,
because like I heard the riffage, but to see the riffage I'd probably bump that up. You know what I'm saying? It becomes an experience. Yeah.
Exactly. The venue was kind of cool too. I'm not gonna lie. It was like a small skate warehouse. There's no skating, but it had that vibe. But one of the back wall was a giant garage door that opened up into just this little parking lot thing, and it was surrounded we were surrounded by food trucks and little bars and shit. So it was just like, it was kind of like Janice, but
like transitions.
Combined transitions and Janice, and that's what it was.
Cool.
Weird.
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's the most Austin thing you've done.
Oh, very much. Yeah.
In there. All right. Okay. Well, I have the results. They are in.
Okay.
Brett, if you want to pull up the Wall of Mosh rankings.
Hell yeah! Look at that.
Here we go.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Now, where do you guys reckon it's sitting first? Like between which two?
Oh. Oh no, I can't see it.
It's a. Oh yeah, I have it on the other monitor.
Oh, I'll just look at it on stream.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go because you're
it's
9.
the new number. I'm saying new number 4.
You're thinking it's above Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say below Bill Murray. I'm gonna say number 5.
Okay. I mean, there is a lot of space in between 8.1 and 8.5.
Yep.
So perhaps I'm thinking. I think if it's above Bill Murray, it's like an 8.57 or some shit like that, super close.
Okay, so here's Josh. You gave it an 8. Cody gave it a 9.
Uh-huh.
In the middle is an 8.5 ish.
Yeah.
And then I had an 8.3, so it'll knock it down to probably like 8.4 something.
Oh, you're right.
So
Maybe.
I'm going 5.
Math.
I'm going 5.
Okay. Brett, you win this round.
Hell
It is the new number 5.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh fuck.
Maya's excited.
Yeah.
She's hardcore.
All right. Now, where is it? This is a big old gap. So somewhere between an 8.19 and an 8.55. Where is it? Where is it lying, boys?
Well, with the math, Brett was kind of made a little sense there. It can't be an 8.3, so it probably has to be an 8.4. So
I'm gonna go 8.44.
Okay.
8.4 and an 8.44.
Yeah.
Brett, you were accurate the first time. 8.5.
Oh, just right on. Okay.
Right on the
right
dot.
on it.
Okay.
Yep.
How is
that math?
I'm cool with that.
I gave an 8. You gave an 8.3.
1.7.
And 1.7. Oh shit.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 plus.
That is math.
That is math. I am double checking the math. Hold on.
Aliens.
Magnets. How do they work?
8.33. As an 8.5.
8.5
Wow.
on the dot. Hell yeah, dude.
Very nice. I like that.
Well,
that's perfect. That's exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah, that I'm very okay with that. Surprising.
Yeah, like if you look at 1 through 5, all bangers. Even 6 is good. 6 is good, but like top 5, real good.
You could, that's the chunk being 6 is a good best of the rest kind of thing.
True. You're right.
It's not. I don't think it's worthy of top 5 realistically, but I like it a lot, and I still jam it today a lot. So I think it is, that best of the rest kind of deal.
Yeah, I think if you were to look at the top 5 on the album itself, there's not a single song that I would skip on any of those albums, if I remember correctly. Right? Like everything's kind of like, oh, that's a good song. That's a good song. That's a good song. And then you get to number 6, not saying that it's a bad album, but there's some songs on there that are like, that's not too good.
Yeah, well, while I'm
it's
driving, especially, there are songs that I will skip on there. But yeah, no, I'm very satisfied with this one.
This is good. Good job every time I die.
Yeah.
Good job.
You're in the top 5 for the year.
Good job. Thank you for a great show as well.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I'm surprised it didn't knock Bill Murray off.
It's close.
Yeah, it was close.
That's damn close.
Real close. I mean, what's 0.5? Literally, if I gave it 8.1.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah.
you
Probably.
know what I'm saying? Like, and I was close to giving it more points too.
I mean, I kind of bumped mine up because I thought y'all would have it closer to the 9s and all that stuff, so I wanted to be near you guys. You know,
I feel like 9 is a very special place for me. I don't think I'll ever get to a 9.
Someone just turned on a PlayStation.
I know. I heard that too. It's like, okay.
What was that?
What year is this?
Oh wow.
But yeah, anyway,
Yes.
I like where that sits. It would have still probably gone there if I would have, had my scores a little bit lower.
Yeah, because the gap between 6 and
yeah. So
Yeah, but think of it this way, Josh. If you did put yours by like 0.1, maybe 0.2, it would be number 3.
yeah, easily.
Oh, you're
Realistically,
right.
it would be number 3.
That's how close the competition is for that little group right there.
Number
Right?
3 is number 3 is a tough spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going for podium on that one.
Yeah, like number 2, number 1, good fucking luck. Right?
Yeah,
But like,
especially in new albums, it's gonna take a lot.
So okay, well, since we only got a couple new albums left for this year, because we only got like 2 more new album picks, right?
Yeah, I think so.
About
mhm.
we together need to figure out which are the last 2 that are coming out or that are out.
We all decide. Okay.
Okay.
Because we got a whole bunch that have been released recently that are coming out like now. You know,
Yeah,
the fucking
I need to
Safe
find
Face,
something.
Imminence,
I need to find
like
true.
Mastodon.
Those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just need to find something that's like, this is a good fucking album. You know, like we need something killer.
It's gonna be
'Cause
tough.
we can't end the year on a piece of shit. Okay.
I mean, we
really
could.
can't.
We could. That'd be good. That'd
For
be good
shits and
content.
giggles. That's true.
Whoever's nearest to a day to remember. That's the
But, like-
Kid
competition.
Rock's a new album. No.
There's not so much in December right now. You got the Browning, you got Deviloof, Of Mice and Men. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Dolby,
We're gonna
who
have to
cares?
research. Mhm.
But everything that came out in November, you got See You Space Cowboy, you got Silent Planet, you got
Oh, shit.
I've been
Volume.
jamming the shit out of that thing, by the way.
you got Imminence, like
Okay.
you got Gold Necklace.
You
all
got
that came out-
Twice.
Yeah, you got
Hey,
Twice.
here's a question. Here's a question as well. Since this is going to be the end of the year, why don't we look all the way back throughout the entire year and be
Find
like,
something.
what do we think is the best albums of the entire year? Because like we skipped a lot, especially at the beginning.
In the
That's
beginning.
true. That's true.
Yep. Well, I mean, I have
Yeah, good thought.
I have everything. I went through the whole year and put it all on the doc, so we could definitely do
Saw
that.
that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit on
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit on there like we would never even touch, but I was like, well, I know that name, so
Yeah,
fucking
right.
throw
Yeah.
ITZY on there.
Yeah. Yeah. And chat if you have ideas, right in the Discord.
Starset came out with an album, Brett. We haven't even talked about it. It was
I know.
it was a whole month ago.
I have listened to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a
Okay.
lot, but a little.
We had
All right. Whose turn is it next time?
Yeah,
It is
his-
By the
mine.
way.
Is yours? Okay,
Yours?
so
Okay.
It is a retro album.
So I remember a little conversation about it
Yeah.
during the race.
Oh. Okay.
Now, I'm gonna right now pose a question to you. Since it's the last month, and there are a lot of albums that we do want to talk about to go on the Wall of Mosh before it gets retroactively added to the Wall of Retro,
Yes.
should the rest of December just be new albums?
So we have 16 Wall of Moshes, and we got 12 Wall of Retros.
Mm-hmm. We'll still keep with the user's choice for beginning of the month, but
Cause all right. So here's the thing. There's two for Christmas stuff. There's 2 albums that I want to do.
okay.
Just because
But-
it's
But
Yeah,
the
August Ridge Red, 100%.
the August Ridge Red one and Midnight Clear.
okay.
Because I think both stand up pretty.
So let's
Pretty
just keep with the norm. Let's just keep with the normal thing.
Well, those are specials. Those are specials. So like I think those 2 weeks of Christmas and maybe the week before or after, we'll do those. So up until then, it can be just new ones. Just to finish it out. That gives us what, 6, 5?
I mean, there are some new albums that we haven't gotten to that we wanted to get to.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. Maybe this is what we should do.
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, then for my next one, I'm trying to not go past October. Let's stay in this quarter and all that stuff.
I almost said semester.
I
semester,
want
that's cool.
to
Yeah.
semester. Let's see. What's the most politically charged one? Let's.
It's good timing.
Yeah. Right. Let's go with the. Let's do the Save Face album.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
Mr. Jason, it's gonna be sleeper album
Your
of the
album.
year. Let's find out.
Mhm.
Let's find out. Save Face, another kill for the highlight reel. We're going back to emo, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'm fine with that.
skate music.
Yes.
Yep.
It's going to be life-threatening.
So there it is. Save Face is new album next week. Do we have anything that we're gonna miss anybody, or are we all good for Sunday then?
Next Sunday?
Next Sunday? Yeah, we're
Yep.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're all good. There it is. You heard it here. Chat, YouTube. Hang out next time.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Yep. Like everything. Come follow us. Come watch us. We got stuff to talk about and different
Stuff.
shows.
We got
and
music videos.
things. And now we're gonna go do the post show where we watch a whole bunch of videos from this past week or whatever you want to watch. You control it. It's like MTV or something. I don't know. I didn't watch it. See ya, YouTube. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.